2018 was the year of acceptance for me, and when I had come out as non binary. In 2019, it became legal to be non binary in California. I therefore decided to change my gender to non binary. And I might as well change my name if I had to go through the whole legal process all over again. The name and gender change was a little different this time from the first time. I filled out similar paperwork, but this time I didn't have to stand before a judge. I just had to wait the 6 weeks before going back to the court to pick up all the paperwork. Now, a little side note, if they try to make you publish your name change in a newspaper, you can opt out by pointing out that you're also changing your gender. They don't seem to force you to publish your name and gender change in a newspaper, probably because of privacy and safety reasons. Anyhow, I wanted to choose a new name. When I had done my first name change, I went with the quickest thing that I could to just get it over with and not have a humiliating dead name anymore. I didn't really give it much thought. I never cared for Sam, especially with it still being a tie to the dead name. Though I liked the name Scott, it never really fit me and I couldn't really make myself go by that either. And since I was going non-binary, I really wanted to have a unisex name. So choosing a name was actually pretty difficult, especially because I was also trying to find a name by May in order to have a new name by the time my birthday came around in July. I was turning 22 on the 22nd, and it felt fitting to have a new true-to-me identity by that point. I first attempted to make up my own name because I couldn't find anything I liked. I wanted to go by Zinnovis, but my mom hated the name. I still wish I went by it anyway, but it's fine, I used it for Zin and Rainbow Reflections instead. I also looked into Ren, but it didn't fit me, so I used that name for my other main character. I eventually settled on the names Ryder and Rowan. Ryder was a name my mom was fine with, and I wanted something that she liked too, since parents name their children. And of course, since she had objected so much to Zinnovis, I kind of wanted a bit more of a, oh, that's at least an okay name. I felt Ryder was definitely an okay name, but I do wish I made it my middle name instead. I much prefer Rowan because I love trees and I wanted a nature-based name. But both my mom and sister had said that the name was more feminine, that they never heard it used as a more male kind of name, and at the time this made me feel a bit more uncertain about it because I was still kind of locked in the whole male versus female mindset, even though I was breaking away bit by bit. So I made Rowan be my middle name instead, unfortunately. But that's why I display my full name on my books, because I want to show off the Rowan in me, because I do prefer that name. As for my last name, I wanted something unique, since we go by last name at martial arts, and it's a name that can, of course, be passed along to future kids, and you can make like a lineage out of. So I chose Phoenix for multiple reasons. Phoenixes are mythological birds that burst into flame and are reborn from the ashes, symbolizing transformation, growth, and change. Of course, being someone who's very into fantasy, I have always enjoyed phoenixes. But being a transgender person who transformed a lot, it feels like I myself am a phoenix. I've transformed my body through hormones and surgeries, yes, but also by doing plenty of martial arts and strengthening myself. I've transformed my mind by getting rid of my sexist and homophobic views that I once held, and becoming way more open-minded. I've transformed my emotions by learning how to regulate them better once discovering my autism and its triggers, and learning how to overcome the anxiety. I've transformed spiritually, finding my place in the world through a Taoist lens. I have truly transformed so much that looking back on who I used to be causes me to cringe a lot. But it makes my transformation all the more beautiful and magical to see how much I've changed, and learned, and grown. 2 years after choosing Phoenix as a name, I also discovered that in China, the name for Phoenix is actually male and female merged together. The phoenix is known as the king of all birds, but when paired with the dragon, it becomes the yin, or feminine, while the dragon is the yang, or masculine. The phoenix is therefore like a transgender, gender fluid sort of symbol, all about yin yang balance, which is also very core to my existence and why I connect so much with Taoist philosophy. I know in other mythologies, phoenixes are actually intersex with being literally half male, half female, like split down the center. This was a cool fact to just learn after choosing the name, as if I truly am a phoenix at heart. Another fun fact I discovered later on was that the phoenix is part of the Queen logo. This band and Freddie Mercury himself, of course being LGBT, have both been big inspirations to me, and I also learned to accept myself via listening to their music. It's cool that the phoenix is just a part of their logo, connecting me to them even more.